and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is your world famous co-CAHAMP of the D, Joseph Stones. And I am joined here today on this glorious day, first with my wonderful co-host of Wrestle Fandom Radio, Garrett.
What is up?
Look at the mastermind, looking all GQ and shit. I love it. And we are also welcomed here today with our co-host, Casey. What was it? The Essential?
The Essential.
Yeah.
The Essential.
We got to work on that, bro. We truly.
We'll come up with something better.
So today we have. Well, I'm just gonna jump right into it. First, Garrett, because you are the handsome one on the podcast, apparently. Why don't you talk about our sponsors real quick before I shoot to the board?
Listen, if you need ink,
Yeah.
or if you need a piercing, if you need anything, go to Rockin' Horse Tattoo. Okay,
All right.
right over by Big Apple. Can't miss it. Great place to go.
Now, Casey, if I was wanted to get a T-shirt or any kind of vinyl or anything done, where should I go?
You know, Garrett, where would you go?
I think the first place that comes to mind, I don't know, Seasonal Sports.
Yes, go visit Fred Marriott.
Go visit Fred.
Oh, all right. So today we have Deserves a Third.
Yes, we have a lot of sequel stuff coming your way, people.
Yeah, we're kind of in a sequel kick a little bit.
Okay, but because there's only one of these lists, we're just going to get it out of the way.
Yeah,
And it deserves a third. Okay, so two movies have been made, and for some reason,
the trilogy was incomplete.
We didn't get the trilogy that we deserved out of these.
Right.
I know where Casey's going to go on. I know Casey's most giant bid, but the rest of this is still going to be fun. It's still going to be fun, regardless.
There's something different between Casey and you and me, because Casey lives by that motto of "with great power comes responsibility."
I really do.
Yeah.
So let's.
Yeah, but with great hair. I mean, our hair isn't as cool as his. You know what I mean? You know.
Way to throw in.
I mean, okay. Well, even when you didn't shave your head.
Jerk. So
you shave your head. Let's just be honest. I mean, you shave it.
I have to because there's no hair growing in the middle.
Oh, okay. Even I didn't know that. Well, you look good bald. How am I supposed to know?
I have a perfectly round head. I know.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't look good bald. I couldn't pull that off. I'm terrible.
I feel like certain head types, it definitely.
Yeah, you pull it off well.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I think you
got to keep a beard though, because you scare me when you don't have a beard.
It looks weird.
You don't want to see me without a beard. I have no chin.
With glasses.
Yeah, I have no chin.
If you ever shave the beard, you should shave the eyebrows too, and just go fully.
You weren't around about 2 months ago for work. I had it yearly. We have to get fitted for the N95s.
Yeah. So
I had to shave it all off. I literally look like a penis with glasses. Yeah,
it's a little scary.
Yeah, it was bad. So, jumping right into it. First up, we got Bad Moms versus Daddy's Home.
Yeah, I grouped a lot of the comedies together.
You know what, though? That fits. It's very
I grouped a lot of the comedies together, or things that are even like a little bit funny, but yeah. So, Bad Moms versus Daddy's Home. I mean, the first Daddy's Home was excellent, right? The second one, I mean, it was still good. I mean, I think the best part was just all the John Lithgow stuff, because he's just a gem.
Right.
You know what I mean? Anything that he did, anytime he was on camera was all the real funny stuff. I think if you were to write in a piece for it's the two of them, like maybe not bring in the grandfathers again, or even if you do a small capacity, but if you bring in somebody that even because the whole entire thing is the first movie he's emasculated by Mark Wahlberg, right? And then they're kind of emasculated by their fathers, right? But what if John Cena was emasculated by somebody? Because let's face it, John Cena he's a great actor. I don't care what anybody says.
Saying he's in that movie. I can't.
He's in the second one.
He's in the second one a little more.
People keep saying I couldn't see him at all the entire time.
He's there.
At the end of
he's in the credits.
He's the stepdad to Mark Wahlberg's kids.
No, I know, but I saw the motorcycle, but I didn't see anybody on it.
Because you can't see him.
Right.
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
He's in the credits though, so you know he's there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
His name's
He's there. in
But
spirit.
I think it would be great if he was and then he has to go to them, and then it's the three of them.
So the thing with
Bad Moms, I mean, it was like Bad Moms was hilarious, and then Bad Moms Christmas was also funny, very right along the same lines of their moms come in,
Right.
and
they're
you know,
essentially the same kind of.
it's the same type
That's
of,
why it's Now the thing with these movies, I thought the originals on both sides were pretty much equal in comedic. Like they both tore it down. Mila Kunis with Kristen Bell, and I forget the other lady's name.
Catherine Hahn.
Yeah, Catherine Hahn. The three of them together are so good.
Catherine Hahn is so underrated. I feel like
And so is
I'm
Kristen
glad she's
Bell.
getting her
So is
own.
Kristen Bell. Kristen Bell is
Yeah,
so diverse.
I'm glad she's getting her own Marvel show because she
Absolutely.
deserves her own show at some point. Like even if she gets a 6-episode Marvel thing, like at least she's getting
Now,
her due somewhere.
Bad Moms Christmas, I felt was just better than Daddy's Home 2.
Yeah.
So I felt the originals were equal, but the Bad Moms sequel was better.
Right.
So I'm going to have to go with Bad Moms on this.
I would also go with Bad Moms on this, just because I'm
agree. That's a three-way right there.
I'm not a big fan
Go
of
on.
movies that end in dance-offs and stuff. And Daddy's Home, I think, ended primarily its main
So
conflict.
you don't like Guardians of the Galaxy?
That's a different story. I feel like.
It was a one-sided dance-off.
But it's
But
a
it
dance-off.
didn't. But the movie didn't roll to credits with a dance-off happening. Whereas
It was a more musical number ish.
Yeah.
They all pulled in together, But
I'm not a fan of movies where it's like, all right, we don't know where to go now. Just have them dance, and then we'll roll to credits. And it's like, I don't know. It rubs me the wrong way.
Sorry, so Bad Moms takes the first. Then we have Deuce Bigelow, First Grown Ups. Okay, so
I know. One thing I know is you don't like European Gigolo. I, however,
I hate European.
love European Gigolo, and I think the reason I do, I'm not going to sit here and say that it's better than the first one because it's not. But the parts of the movie where because he goes there and then it's like the whole Gigolo union thing, and all of the names of the sex acts and everything that they all lay down is hilarious, because all the Johns are afraid of getting thepicked up, and this lady's waving money and the guy's like, oh, I did a chili rainbow last night, so I'm out, just all these there's all these hilarious names throughout and I don't know why I get a super kick out of it. It's not as good as the first one. It's not, but then again,
It's not even close to the first one.
But then again, the second Grown Ups is not even remotely
Well,
close
that's
as
what
good as so I think these two are paired well together because it's
I agree.
the second one.
They're both Adam Sandler production companies.
Yeah, the second one is just not even remotely close to as good as the first one.
So for me, Grown Ups, I think is one of Adam Sandler's best movies. I think it's such a perfect fit.
The first one, absolutely.
Fit all those acts. I think Grown Ups is probably the best movie out of all four of these movies. I think Deuce Bigelow and Deuce Bigelow European Gigolo are better than Grown Ups and Grown Ups 2. Grown Ups 2, I was so let down. It paled in comparison to the original. But I love that original Grown Up so much. The whole idea of these guys remaining friends since they were young. That's something we all have friends that from when we were younger or anything, but usually we don't have especially a group of friends from childhood like that. And to just see where everybody is and the summertime at the lake. I mean, growing up, especially up here, we all have spent time out at lakes growing up and everything. And it's just, it really, really hits home. The second one was such an atrocity. It just, I want a third one, but I want a good third one.
Right.
And
do you think a lot of it had to do with the fact that David Spade wasn't there? Not David Spade. What's his name? Sorry, David Spade was there.
I thought they all were.
Rob Schneider.
He wasn't in it?
No, because he made significantly less money than everybody else, and he had a problem with it on the first one.
Wait.
And he kind of had a falling out. He's had a falling out with all of them since.
I just rewatched that, and you're telling me he wasn't in it?
Rob Schneider? Yeah. In the second one,
You know what? To be honest, I was going to bring this up.
They talk about him, but...
Yeah. You know, I'll tell you this. I'll be completely candid here. I watched the second one. I didn't hate it this time around because me and my friends got incredibly drunk watching it. And let me tell you, it's a good time. It's a fun time. I would say growing up.
I'm not saying it's even bad if you were to watch.
I love that first one better than all the rest of those movies.
So you'd rather see him try and bring back more hilarity to the better.
Hashtag the Schneider Cup.
So all right. So yeah, we're gonna put on. Let's move up. Bad Moms. We went with Bad Moms, right?
We did.
Yep. Oh, dude, you really seated it like this.
And
are you
grown
I hate you.
ups. What?
Wayne's World versus Gremlins?
Yeah, deal with it.
I am gonna deal with it, but I'm not gonna like it. I don't like it.
Well, sometimes it just happens.
All right, so Wayne's World versus Gremlins. Wayne's World 1 is one of those movies that there is nothing like it. There has never been anything like it since, and it is probably the best SNL skit movie.
It is. It's not. There's not even a question that it is. And also, it reintroduced a whole new set of people to the perfection that is Queen.
I agree.
And that were like I heard song everyone knew, but you didn't know.
That's the first time I can remember.
I remember.
The fact Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
The second Wayne's World, it was okay.
Yeah.
It tried to recreate what the original did, but I felt failed. I felt like it was kind of a money grab. And then Gremlins. Gremlins will always have a special place in my heart. I love Gremlins. I think the concept. I'm super excited about this Netflix animated Gizmo series that they're coming out with.
What?
Yeah, I'm not really big on it being animated. I kind of want it to just be.
Are we sure that that's coming out? Considering Netflix has canceled so many animated shows.
I believe that's because it's a prequel. I don't know.
Are we gonna get more Dragon Prince or what?
I'm just happy we're getting the new Sonic show.
We were supposed to get another 4 seasons of Dragon Prince, and then it's been years, and there hasn't been anything.
Well, it took us 3 years to get Stranger Things.
They're too busy focusing on making as much Squid Game material as they can.
But Gremlins 2, I've always enjoyed.
I loved Gremlins 2. I realized it would super up the ante on the ridiculousness of things and the different types. The one that's
stuff that they
electricity
was really before its time. It was very tongue in cheek, more so than the first one. First one was more the horror genre, where this one kind of leaned into the comedy aspects that kind of happened unintentionally in the first one, and just how much they leaned into it. You have the cross-dressing gremlin. You have the Professor Gremlin.
That dude was awesome. The super smart one.
Oh my God.
I love that with the accent he had. Everything about him was great.
Instead of taking over a town, let's take over in Manhattan high rise.
Yeah.
And have it locked down.
Yeah.
I'm very surprised there has never been a third. There's been talks on and off for years, very similar to how Ghostbusters was.
Right.
And I think I'd almost put money on it within the next 5 years. We will get a Gremlins sequel. But as much as I love Wayne's World, it hits Gremlins for me, no doubt.
Yeah, Gremlins definitely deserves to see it wrapped out, the story wrapped out. You know what I mean? It was just
It would be even great if I forget the main character's name.
Billy.
Billy, yes. Billy's kid or grandkid now has Gizmo. Would be dope. It's a dope idea.
See, I have an unpopular opinion here. I feel like Wayne's World should move on over Gremlins, and here's why. Wayne's World, I feel like, can only be made with the 2 stars.
Okay. Right.
It can't be recast.
Right.
In that aspect. Just like how you couldn't recast Austin Powers. You couldn't do these things. I feel like that deserves a 3, whereas Gremlins, as much as I would love a Gremlins 3, I feel like the most likely future for Gremlins is going to be either a reboot or a soft reboot, where Billy will come back for like 2 scenes, and then that'll be his portion of the movie, and everything else is pretty much a new cast. I feel like that's the most likely future of what they're going to end up doing with it.
So that's a really good point.
Like, they could go that way, or they could have Billy and Phoebe Cates.
So really, at that point, is it really even a sequel to Gremlins 1 and 2 at that point? Or is it going to be,
Ghostbusters Afterlife a sequel?
Now that's it's like a soft reboot. I feel like it's you're building up a new cast while
and like that's got to happen. But
yeah,
I don't know. My vote's for Gremlins on this. Like
I would ultimately I'd prefer to see a Gremlins 3 over any Wayne's World sequel. But
Garrett,
yeah,
you're already outvoted, so you don't have to tell us. You look sad.
No, it's Gremlins. I think, there's just more places to, given off what there was just way more places to go. Like, I think probably after Wayne's World 2, it was like, where would we go for a third? And they have no idea.
What the hell is that under Kick-Ass?
48 Hours.
Oh, okay.
Kick-Ass versus 48 Hours.
So there is a Kick-Ass 3 comic.
Right.
And from what I understand right now, they're actually rebooting Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
I believe it's going to be a series.
Okay.
I love Kick-Ass. And as with properties that have been translated to film or TV, I felt it was very, very, very well done. It was cast very, very well. I forget her name. Was it Chloe
Grace Moretz?
Yes.
Yeah, she's great.
She was awesome.
I had a huge crush on her growing up.
You probably still should.
She can do that.
She
can do that butterfly, and I think for real, she's like done it on like air.
Yeah.
Like, let's talk about the unsung hero of that first movie. Nicolas Cage crushes it in that movie.
Incredible.
Yeah. You might as well just write off Nick Cage was Batman because
basically
he was Batman.
Yeah. Like that first
Big Daddy was Batman.
Awesome.
Let's just be honest.
In the second one, a lot of people shit on the second one. I enjoyed the second one. It wasn't as good
even
as
Jim Carrey shits on the second one, and he was fantastic in it.
I feel the second one's more rewatchable almost, if that makes sense.
It's easier. Like, it's more you can put it on in the background and do stuff.
Yeah.
Where you don't have to pay attention.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
48 Hours, as classic as both those movies are, I don't think we need or deserve one, especially at this point in time. I think it would. I don't know.
There's no more story to tell. They wrapped up everything.
I really didn't.
What I liked about the second one is that there was more to be told from the first. The guy that ended up being like the Iceman, the one that was always in the background, he was in the entire first movie as a regular cop, and you had no idea. I feel like no movie ever did anything like that. Like, here's just a guy who's in like every few scenes, he's another cop. He's just hey, and like, no, the Iceman's a cop, and it's like what? And then here's this dude that was in the first movie, everything.
Like, that was genius.
But you're right. There might not be any more to tell. They might have wrapped it up in 2 movies.
But that's part of the reason that makes 48 Hours and Another 48 Hours so good. It's essentially one story told over 2 movies. Like, you take the Beverly Hills Cop movies or like the Lethal Weapon movies. They're all great, but they lose a lot because each movie, it's a completely different story. Nothing's really tying in to each other.
Yeah.
Like, especially look at Beverly Hills Cop 3. Like, how because.
It lost so much.
Yes.
It's so lackluster. Like, and 2's so good. Like, I honestly, 2 might actually be my favorite. And I think it's just up the ante on.
Agree.
But the style of it, too. It's like, it was.
I'm going Kick-Ass.
Yeah, I think I'd have to agree with that.
Kick-Ass as well.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that.
Although the way they ended the second one was a little strange. But
yeah.
So we're going Gremlins, right?
Yes.
Gremlins.
So then we have Alien versus Predator versus, I can't read from here.
My giant head is in the way. The Raid.
Oh.
So the Raid Redemption.
Shit.
And I forgot the name of the second. The name of the second one.
I'll tell you right now.
It was like.
Is it Has there been 3 of those?
No, not unless I completely missed. But like, okay, so first off, the Raid 2 is good.
The Raid Redemption.
No, the Raid Redemption is the first one.
Oh, then it's called the Raid 2.
Yeah, there was another. It had like another thing. I can't think of it. But Raid 2, we'll just say, Raid 2 was good. It was not even half as good as the Raid Redemption. Okay, the first Raid movie, like the first time I watched, because I just rented it to watch it, and I mainly rented it to watch it because like the preview looked good, but then also like Mike Shinoda did the music for it, and Mike Shinoda is like one of my musical gods, so like I'm in, like this movie looks awesome, like awesome action, and I was blown away by that movie. The action in that is unparalleled in many many ways. Like
name one movie that has better action. Like that's the
like better hand to hand. Like there's not even any like Tony Jaa movies that have better hand to hand action than this. I mean, because it's constant. It's like, and just like the concept of it. Like they go in for the pre-dawn raid. They have to get all the way to the top of like this apartment building that's like humongous. It's like the size of an entire block, and then. And they get caught on like it's like 12 floors, and they get caught on like the 5th floor or something like that, and then they have to get up the rest of the way, and most of the cops get wiped out, and there's only like 3 or 4 left, and like it ends up coming down to like mostly hand to hand like combat. It's amazing.
So
it's amazing.
The Raid, very similar to how I came across the first John Wick, and it was by accident.
Right.
Like it was like. With John Wick, it was me and Samuels were sitting in my basement of my old house, and we were just hanging out. And we're like, "Oh, new Canada movie, let's watch it." And boom, like no expectations, no idea what this is. And it was same with the Raid. I'm like, "Oh, the Raid, this is probably a cop movie." And I go, "Oh," and sometimes I'm like, I got to be in a mood to watch like a foreign film because you know.
But it's very like you
don't need to even understand any dialogue in this movie. This movie is the equivalent to the perfect wrestling match,
right? Because
the whole entire story is told with the action,
right? If you were to watch this in its regular Indonesia like language with no subtitles, you'd understand everything that's happening. Have you ever seen this?
I've never seen either.
You have to like even the second, like obviously I'd want you to watch the second one for the reasons of this, but the first movie is
really good.
It's one of my favorite action movies of all time.
Damn.
It's easy, probably in my top 20 of movies. If I watch it, I don't even just watch it once. Like I'll watch it like twice before I put it back in.
Is it better than Alien vs. Predator?
Well, here's the thing with Alien vs. Predator. They suck. Both those movies suck.
Okay. There are good points to both movies. Okay, there are good points. Like
Alien, it adds to the mythology. That's the only thing that it does.
You know, I really the second one. The only thing I really liked. The only thing I really liked was the one hunter that they send, that big dude. Mm-hmm. I forgot what they like named because they named all the different, but like they named him like Scar or something. Like that dude is awesome, coming in and just wiping everything out and killing. Like he's cool, like the cleanup guy. But other than that, this so like I feel like more can absolutely. I mean, obviously, if you were to tell it right, you could come up. You could do like a million Alien versus Predators, and they would be great. But you have to do them right.
Correct.
And they weren't done.
The Russo brothers an Alien vs. Predator.
Yeah. If you gave the Russo brothers an Alien versus Predator movie, you'd probably never see a better movie.
And honestly, they would find a way to make it PG-13, and it would be phenomenal.
Yeah.
And Garrett, check your phone quick. I just sent you something. But it's the Raid for me because I don't like the AVP movies.
I don't know. I didn't hate the first one. The second one,
first one was better than the second
I did not like.
But the Raid.
I wasn't sure though if I was on the wrong side of like what people typically like from those movies, because my two favorite Predator movies are the two like most recent ones.
See the first one.
So I don't know.
The first one and
the new one looks amazing.
Not the most recent, but the one before that, like the one with
Predators, I think it was called.
The one with what's his face, Adrian Brody.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
one and the
Predator.
first one
Predators
was
was awesome. The Predator, if they would have tweaked a couple things, could have been a lot
didn't hate
better.
it at all. I thought it was
I like the
A lot
Predator.
of people
it was
shit
fun.
on it. I thought it was a really original story.
I'm definitely looking forward to Prey. That's going to be.
Yeah, it looks
Dope as
incredible.
shit. So I think
That's
we're in
gonna be
agreement on the Raid over AV.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I haven't seen, but I'll take your word for it that it's good.
You have to.
I'll have to watch the
You
first.
have to go watch
I
it.
probably won't watch the second one unless I really, really, really like the first one.
And again, you're not going to like it as much because it's not as
Like,
good.
did you ever see Dread with Carl Urban?
The newer one.
Yes.
I saw scenes of it. I never saw the full thing.
They took the idea of Dread from Raid. Of the going up through the apartment building to get your.
The single apartment building.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because obviously, that's already set up in like
And
just the entire
Do we even
mythology
need to
of Dread.
discuss this next one, Red versus Kill Bill? The first Red was okay. The second Red was horrible. Kill Bill is Kill Bill.
Kill Bill, I want.
Does there need to be a Kill Bill 3 though?
Yes, there needs to be a Kill Bill 3, and
The chick from the
Copperhead's daughter needs to come for her. Copperhead's daughter needs to.
That is what
be.
It's set. It's there.
It's you know what I mean? Like it has to be the unfortunate because you can even end up with. I mean, maybe you don't need to call it Kill Bill 3. You can call it like
Kill Bride.
Yeah.
Kill Beatrice.
Yeah.
Like whatever.
There's some things you got to
Killing Kiddo.
Ooh, I like that.
Boom.
There you go.
Tarantino, hire me.
There's some things.
Killing
you gotta
Kiddo.
take into
Wait,
account,
hire
though.
us.
Yeah.
Tarantino, he's only doing he's doing 2 more movies. He said he's out.
And Kevin Smith retired from making movies 20 years ago. Come on, they're never out.
Yeah.
Fair.
It's in their DNA, dude.
But he's got one
He
more
also
movie
wants-
to go.
He also wants to do a mature Star Trek show. I think he said movie. Yeah, but so if he's done,
But even if he did that
first of all, would
after
you want
his
that to
10th
be his
film,
final movie?
Yes. If he was going to
No,
make
the name of
10,
the board is deserves a third.
If he was going-
you can tell me Red deserves a third over Kill Bill. You can walk out the door.
I would
because
put Kill
I don't
Bill.
trust your judgment on anything.
I would put Kill Bill over it.
if he's to take over other properties, right? And like would like yes, he would direct them, but would they be Tarantino films? Not exactly.
Right.
If he was to make 10 of his films like that, the sequel to Kill Bill would have to be that.
Kill
Like
Kiddo.
the first
Hashtag Kill Kiddo. Make it viral, people.
like the very first, like the second one is good, but it's kind of
Kill
different from the
Oh, I love the second one.
but the first one is a friggin' masterpiece. Okay, it's a master. It's a masterpiece. Okay, of everything, not only storytelling, but like of action. It pays homage perfectly to everything that it meant to. It's so good.
I feel like he's on like the perfect hot streak right now. I mean, how many movies in a row has it been where it's been hit after hit after hit?
Name one bad Tarantino movie.
One of his earlier ones.
I still haven't seen.
Of all the movies he's written and directed, they've all
I still have not seen The Hateful Eight. I'm gonna be honest.
You know what?
I didn't see The Hateful.
You're right.
The Hateful Eight.
I haven't seen that either.
I loved it. I loved The Hateful Eight. Like,
I'm going to watch it.
It was such a it was long. But
It's long.
And actually, HBO Max is going to be releasing it as, I think, a 4-episode miniseries.
Well, Netflix did that.
Netflix has it.
Oh, it's
Netflix has it.
they
Yeah,
have
Netflix
it,
has it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the extended cut, and it's literally 4 1-hour episodes.
I feel.
It's so good.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. I love Tarantino so much. 3 of his movies are in my top 10 of all time. It's
Reservoir Dogs.
no,
Like
not
Pulp
even
Fiction?
close. For me, no, not even in there for me. It's Inglourious Bastards, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and the one
Top 10 movie, huh?
it's a top 10. The name for some reason is
Django Unchained?
Django. Yep,
Okay.
those are
Dragon One Chain was.
so good. So I can
It
rewatch
was
those movies
really
hundreds of
good.
I can
like
rewatch those movies hundreds
So
of times.
We're pushing Kill Bill forward. on
Kill
that,
Bill
right?
goes forward.
Kill Bill absolutely is gonna go for it.
I don't know
Okay,
if I'd want it
like-
to be his final film, but
And then Speed. Oh, Speed vs. Dude, I hate you.
Yep.
Oh, because both of these.
what's Speed against?
Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, I want to see Speed 3 with Keanu and Sandra.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speed 2, because Keanu didn't want to come back for it. Sandra didn't even want to do it, but she was a younger actress. She needed the dough.
Right.
Speed 2 is god-awful. Now, the Journey movies, the first one with Brandon Fraser, is absolutely amazing. Like, I've watched that over and over and over.
And Journey 2 is pretty good.
Journey 2 is good. Like, why they replaced...
This
Brandon
might have
Fraser
been during
with
his.
Rock.
This might have been during. This could have even been part of the blackballing that he got because he turned because he got injured during the one of the worst sequels ever made. The third Mummy movie. I hate that movie.
The Emperor's Tomb or whatever.
Yeah, it's so bad. I feel it's so terrible. And then
Journey was after.
And then he
wasn't it?
Un momento.
And then it's recently come out that one of the reasons he like faded is because like there was an exec who was hitting on him, and he just doesn't go. He wasn't going along with it, and he was essentially blackballed. And so it doesn't just happen to. It doesn't just happen to females. It happens. It happens to guys. You know what I mean? It even happens to guys. They tried to do it to Terry Crews,
and he's such a nice guy too.
Oh yeah, he's
such a cool
what I love is that like the internet won't let it happen. The internet found out, and they're like, no, you come back because we love you.
Yeah,
he's getting he gets waves and waves of love. Everyone
I can't even
was
tell
like,
you how many movies in my childhood that he.
are you kidding me? For Encino Man alone.
What's the one Looney Tunes Back in Action?
Yeah.
They came out the same year, Journey and...
They came out the same year.
Oh,
shoot.
So this is what I would love to see for a third Journey. Brandon Fraser and The Rock.
Yeah.
Like, how, like, and, like, now that kid's older, too. Like...
Yeah.
Like,
Josh, it'd be...
Hutchinson? Yeah, he'd be great. Oh, he would kill
like,
it
what? It'd have to be the Moon one, right?
Yeah. Like,
yeah, like, how great would that be?
He's at the end of the second one.
Yeah. How great would that be between Josh Hutcherson,
the world's gonna hate me this, but I'm going Journey on this.
The Rock.
I'm going Journey.
I'd go Journey too.
Okay.
Because if you cast a movie right now with those three, okay, yes. If you have something crazy happen,
and you bring back Vanessa Hudgens, please.
You know what I mean?
She looks amazing now too.
Oh, and what's his name has to be in that too. What's it? Luis Guzman. He has to be in it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like Luis. Okay, so you're literally gonna put the 5 of those people in this movie?
Take all my money.
Take all my money.
Well, they can bring back what's her name too? The girl who was with
Brandon Fraser.
Yeah, in the first one.
Yeah,
they could easily bring her back too.
That's awesome. A 6-person cat. There's nothing wrong with a 6-person, especially if they're gonna go to the freaking moon.
Well,
if Jurassic Park could do it.
Okay, before I write anything down.
Now You See Me and
okay. Now I have a quick question. If they weren't going to make a third Now You See Me, why didn't they call the second movie Now You Don't?
I think they planned on making a third one. Actually, I think they.
Now You See Me, and then Now You Don't.
I didn't like those movies.
I like the first one.
They didn't do anything for the cast. Like they should be something that I like.
Actually, I like the second one too.
I don't like them.
I feel like part of the. Well, I hate to say.
Kind of. Actually, you know what? No, you know what? I like them equally, and that's why it's on here because I felt like it wasn't completely done. It wasn't completely set.
They're actually in the works of doing
a third.
The third one, and the new cast member that has been cast on it is Benedict Cumberbatch.
No way.
So by that,
but
I don't like him anyway. So in Short Skirt, Johnny Five is alive.
First off,
okay, Short Circuit 2 is horrible, but Johnny Five is fucking alive, guys.
Okay, I didn't hate 2. I don't like it as much as.
I would say compared to the first one.
Yeah, but the reason I like 2 so much is because you get way more Johnny Five in it. You get way more
Have you seen these, Casey?
I don't know who Johnny Five is.
Get out.
Go.
I don't know.
You've never
get out. Go home and watch Short Circuit 1 and 2.
No.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
It'll melt your heart. The first one.
Okay, so when you get back to the house today,
yeah.
And Mike gets home, you punch him in the junk. All right,
I'm
and then
mad
you
at
tell him it's from me because he has let you go this long without seeing
Okay.
without seeing either of the short circuits.
He might be coming here, so you might be able to.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I'll
essentially-
do it.
Yeah.
Essentially,
I'll happily do it.
the government creates this robot,
Okay.
which is very similar to the robot. It reminds me of what's the Disney one, the one in space.
Oh.
What's that robot
The
movie?
robot.
The garbage robot.
Oh, Wally.
Oh, Wally.
Yes, like he.
Oh, Wally is definitely
Based
thought up
because of
through somebody who
Johnny-
loves short
but
circuit.
he gets struck by lightning and he develops like a conscious
He
person.
literally comes alive.
Johnny Five's alive.
Yeah, he
Like,
can think
and
for
he's
himself.
awesome.
They can't
He's got,
program
like, a
him.
VCR head, like
Dude, he's awesome. He's great, dude. And like Steve Gutenberg and Ali
the
Sheedy are
goat.
in the first one.
the goat.
Okay.
It's so good.
This is Johnny Five.
Is the sequel?
Casey, that's Johnny Five.
You've never seen that.
Oh, I've never seen
Johnny
that before.
Five.
Johnny Five.
Johnny Five.
There he is in all
Here's
his
the
glory.
question though: is the sequel better than Now You See Me 2? Because for me, Now You See Me 2 loses a lot of the, pun intended, the magic.
Well, I think Now You See Me should be disqualified because one, they suck, and two, because
What?
they have a sequel made, and
I would put it as because so a lot of the story it's much like the whole 48 hours. Like you find out more of the entire story.
Right.
Like the guy who you think was the bad guy in the first one actually wasn't the bad guy the entire time. It was even the other guy who you thought was the good guy. You know what I mean?
That's where I feel like the second one fell off because
so-
that was part of the genius of that, from what I remember.
Short Circuit.
So short circuit is definitely going to go on because again, you could almost do the soft reboot type thing with it. You could have Fisher.
Five's alive!
You could have Fisher because Fisher Stevens was the only character other than Johnny who was in both because he worked right with Steve Gutenberg's character in the first one. So that he goes to New York, and then they send Johnny to him because Johnny wants all the input of New York. You know what I mean? And then he just has a bunch of adventures in New York.
All right, so Short
You
Circuit
got to
is
see
on.
him, dude. You got it. But Short Circuit is definitely going to go on because
And
All right.
do we need to talk about Anchorman versus Bad Moms?
No,
no.
we don't.
Because I just have two words for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Well, vagina.
Think it's called a whale's vagina. No, it means San Diego.
Can Anchorman 3 be made though in this day and age?
That's what I would want. That's what I would want.
The answer is probably not, and that's exactly why it should be made.
But,
Okay,
yeah.
because
But
you
him,
need
him
the
trying to be a newscaster in this day and age would be
irreverent
amazing.
Comedies
He would offend everybody.
they need to be made. They especially right now, like the whole just as the second wave of stand up comedy was coming, it was the cancel culture PC stuff coming, and they're
I blame your generation.
they're colliding head on.
I'm not with it.
You know what I mean? And they're colliding head on, and to combat that is movies that I have a comedy that that I was working on. I don't know if Mike ever told you about it,
No.
but yeah, I don't want to say it on here, but I'll tell you about it, and we should get it. We should make it because it's hilarious. Just the idea of it is hilarious.
And I have one too, but I'm almost afraid to go forward with it because I feel like
Well, because you have to question everything now. You have to question literally anything that you.
yeah.
so that goes so.
So, but
Anchorman kills-
it's Anchor. It's got to be Anchorman.
Now,
You got to
Gremlins
see.
versus Ace Ventura. Now, technically, Ace Ventura had a third.
No, it didn't.
No, it didn't.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
We're not counting.
We don't
Ace
speak of
Ventura
that.
Jr.
We don't
We're not
speak of
counting we don't count the Mask sequel, and we don't count things that were made by a studio that the people no.
Well, then,
we don't
if
count
we're not counting,
those.
If we're not counting Ace Ventura Jr., then obviously Ace Ventura needs to go on because,
We
I
need-
remember being in fourth grade and somehow, thank you, I guess, to my parents allowing me to watch it because one is a huge Miami Dolphins fan. Literally, the movie is about the Miami Dolphins, and Jim Carrey has a conversation with a person using his ass cheeks.
I know. That's so good.
Like,
It's so...
the first, like, and,
Do you have a mint?
and like, the fandom for these movies is so, like, split, too. Some people love When Nature Calls more than the first. Some people, like myself, like the first one better. They're both great movies. Like, in the second one, when he's coming out, and it looks like he's being burned.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's
Jim Carrey unhinged.
That's what needs to happen too.
Yeah.
Is Jim Carrey? They need to sit Jim Carrey down and be like, "What do you want to do?"
Right. I agree.
You are a comedic genius. Whether it's like, what would Ace be doing now that he's like 60 years old?
What was Ace against?
Grown-ups.
Here's the thing. I love Ace Ventura, but I kind of want to grown up so just that way. If Chris Rock's in it, can we also cast Will Smith in it? I
Just so he slaps him.
I kind of want that, honestly. Ooh. But Ace Ventura, yeah, I get it. Ace Ventura is really good.
All right, so then we got Zombieland versus Gremlins.
Now the likelihood of us getting a Zombieland 3 is, I mean, because they all even said it, because there was like a solid 10 years between those two movies, which I thought was crazy that there was solid 10 years. But they even said, like, wouldn't it be perfect if we did another, like, and the funny thing is Woody Harrelson looks exactly the same in both movies, while everyone else looks like they grew up.
Yeah.
Even Jesse Eisenberg doesn't look like he aged much.
You know what I mean? But he rarely ever looks like he has to, like, cut his hair.
Post Lex Luthor.
You know what I mean? He has to, like, cut his hair and dress differently to look differently. But Woody Harrelson has literally looked the same since like 1998. He hasn't aged
even before that
somehow.
Like,
you know what I mean?
He eats a lot of plant-based stuff.
Yeah.
He smokes a lot of weed. Is what he does.
And cigarettes.
So,
I love the Zombieland movies. The second one, I don't feel like was nearly as good as the first, which I know we've said about a lot of these. Where with Gremlins, I felt like was pretty on par with the original. Like they kept
like if I watch the first Gremlins, I want to watch the second one.
Correct.
If I watch Zombieland, I don't feel the need to immediately watch Zombieland 2.
And I feel like
really,
like
yeah.
And with Zombieland, like it's a funny Walking Dead. Like,
right.
Where Gremlins, there's nothing else like Gremlins, and there hasn't really been anything like it. There have been a couple things in the '80s that tried to kind of copy like that whole thing. But I'm going Gremlins.
Here's my thing. Gremlins sort of had the...
Critters and Ghoulies?
It had the same effect as the Nightmare on Elm Street stuff, where it started off very horror-based with some jokes, and then progressively got... It almost like... It embraced the fact that it was a pop culture thing. Right. And it got more funny and more just making these things even more iconic.
Yeah, the movie breaks the fourth wall.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And all of a sudden you're watching. They're watching Gremlins in the theater, and Hulk Hogan yells at everybody.
The first one made me bawl my eyes out when I was a kid.
Did you cry during Zombieland? And actually, I'm gonna go against Zombieland just for the fact that Amber Heard's in the first Zombieland.
No, she's. Oh
she
my.
Yes, she is.
I didn't even realize.
Yeah, she's.
Oh wait.
She's
hold on.
3.
Hold on. She gets hit in the face with a toilet.
Yeah.
So is it really that bad of a movie?
He smashes her.
Lived up to her name, Amber Turd.
Oh
man.
You know, here's the thing. Zombieland is. I mean, that was probably the first R-rated movie I think I ever saw.
Oh, you're adorable.
I was 9 years old when it came out. Plus, I was in love.
So young.
I was in love with Emma Stone, and then especially when she did the Spider-Man movies. But let me just say, Zombieland 2, I think it got a bad rap. I really, really, really enjoyed that movie.
Like, what's her name? Eats the nuts and has the reaction.
Oh my God!
Yeah. I knew she had to be allergic to the nuts.
Yeah,
and she wasn't a zombie. I saw that coming, but I was like, this is a great piece of comedy.
I related to it because I'm also allergic to nuts.
Well, so am I. Yeah, I'm allergic to tree nuts, so I can't. So I'm like, this is a good piece of comedy.
I was like, this is great, but I love the action in that movie.
FYI, I thoroughly enjoy eating tree nuts without having an allergic reaction.
You know what? You can just go. You can just go F yourself. How about that?
So so you're going Zombieland, Case?
I would go Zombieland over
Garrett,
yes.
For the first time today,
Yeah.
it's down to Garrett's decision. Do, 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 do.
I'm going Gremlins.
My man!
It's Gremlins.
man!
It's Gremlins for me.
Woo!
But now we have Kick-Ass versus Boondock Saints, and there's not even a decision here.
So let me tell you a story about Boondock
It's Boondock Saints.
Let me tell you... Shut your damn
It's
mouth.
Boondock Saints.
So let me tell you a story about Boondock Saints 2. Boondock Saints 2...
It's not as good as the first one.
Yeah, but it did not have a wide release initially.
Mm-hmm.
So me and a group of my friends, including our beloved Matthew Samuels, our captain, got into a car, and the nearest movie theater that was playing it was 4.5 hours away in Vermont, and drove 4.5 hours away to Vermont to go see it.
That's crazy.
During it, Matt ends up having like a fever. He's like dying. He's got like the flu or something. We watch the movie. I have to drive his car back. He's dying in the back of his car, sweating profusely, like an 800-pound man in a sauna. Like, we drove 4.5 hours to go see Boondock Saints 2. 2 weeks later, it was released in Rome cinemas. But you know what? I saw this.
Samuels almost died trying to watch this movie.
But we saw it the day it came out in frickin' Vermont. And you know what? Boondock Saints is one of those movies, one of those phenomenons that you can't touch. And like, as much as I love Kick-Ass, Boondock, and even Boondock Saints 2, like, the concept is ridiculous. The actors are phenomenal. The budget is super low. And William Dafoe, like, is a gangster in these movies. Like, he is awesome.
There was a firefight. Like it,
dude, it
doesn't get any better.
Like, everything, the way everything is, it shouldn't work.
Where are you going? Nowhere. Like I use that all the time.
And then Rocco has his speeches in the movie.
Oh,
like,
dude.
Boondock Saints all day, baby. Casey,
where's my cat? I killed your cat, you druggy bitch. It's it's so good.
Casey, you better choose what you say kindly next, because my vote means a lot to you in the next movies.
I don't hate Boondock Saints, but like
apparently you don't have the love me and Garrett do for it. I literally was the Boondock Saints for Halloween one year. I had hair then.
I mean, I'll go with you guys on this, but I don't feel good doing it.
It doesn't matter what you
I don't
voted
feel
anyways.
good doing it.
Yeah, it's Boondock Saints. It's absolutely Boondock. It has to.
And next we have the Amazing Spider-Man versus the Raid.
Oh, come on here. Come on.
Ooh,
You got to give me this.
It's
here.
amazing. It's Amazing Spider-Man.
It's
Amazing Spider-Man. He deserves it.
Good.
Garfield is 100%. We've talked about this before. I don't think we need to divulge into it.
No. If we have to talk about it later on, we will.
Andrew Garfield is a goddamn gem.
He
Okay.
is Spider-Man. He is.
Right.
Okay. Now we have Kill Bill versus Escape From. As in Escape from New York and then Escape from LA.
Okay.
So the thing with this, so with these movies, Escape from LA, I must have been in like 6th grade.
Yeah, we
when it
were.
came out.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing the ads for it on Back at Comics. And I hadn't seen the original yet. So then I'm like, oh, like, what is this? Somebody told me, oh, there's an original movie. And I'm like, oh, okay. Now, in my mind, this movie is being advertised on a comic book. So, kids read it, whatever. And then I go and I see the first one. And I'm like 10 years old. And I'm like, what TF? Like, and it's amazing.
Super
and
80s, the
like,
like all that music, like, yeah.
And then when Escape from LA came out on video, VHS. So when we were kids, there was a box.
Oh,
okay?
I know very well about the VHS, so I know.
You are retro things. That's right.
I was one of probably the only. I was probably 5. I was probably one of the only 5-year-olds that genuinely was so distraught when I would go and rent a movie and I had to rewind it. I would be so.
Be kind, please rewind.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So. And then Escape from L.A.
I didn't know it was straight to VHS.
No. It came out to the movie theater.
Oh, okay, all right.
But me being a 10-year-old child trying to convince my parents to go.
So
see
you saw it for the first time on VHS.
So,
okay.
and then I saw it on VHS. And like Escape from LA, it's almost like a neutered version of the original movie.
Right.
Where Kill Bill. And I'm just going to say the words Kill Bill. And my explanation for liking Kill Bill is going to be Kill Bill because it's Kill Bill.
Right.
So Kill Bill.
Okay.
Did you guys understand what I just said there?
Yeah.
You said Kill Bill?
Correct, yeah.
See, again, it's one of those things where I feel like at least the escape movies, it's one of those things is I don't see a 3. I see a reboot.
Right.
I agree.
So
Shit, you can have
with his son.
Yes, 100%.
Because he looks like him.
So Kill Bill?
and his son is amazing.
He's so good.
He's so good, and people give him so much crap. I love him.
How do people give him crap? He's good.
I've seen so many people hate on him, especially in what's that? Captain America, or not Captain America? Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Good.
People
he was
shit on him.
fantastic. He was utterly fantastic.
I loved him in it. Yeah,
He was exactly who he was supposed to be.
But that's why people hate him, because he's a character you're supposed to hate.
Yeah. Oh, especially his. I don't know if you guys ever seen the movie Overlord. He was in that. It was,
I have not seen Overlord yet. No.
So good. Oh my god, I love that movie.
So we have Hellboy and Journey. As much as I love the Ron Perlman Hellboys, and I actually liked the newer Hellboy, which was
I like the newer Hellboy.
way more faithful to the comics.
Wow, I'm surprised. I'm surprised.
Yeah, I like that.
You don't normally hear people talk that much happiness.
Have you
about.
read the Hellboy comics at all? Because it's far more faithful to the Hellboy comics than the Ron Perlman movies. And that's nothing against the Ron Perlman movies. The Ron Perlman movies were great.
I love Guillermo del Toro, though.
Yes, absolutely. But
Who doesn't?
I'm going to answer this in similar fashion to the way I answered the last one. Journey. Brandon Fraser.
Journey
The
to the
Rock,
Moon. Journey to the Moon.
Zach Hutchinson. Is that the last name? Yeah.
Josh Hutcherson.
Josh Hutcherson.
Hutcherson, yeah.
Hutcher.
Vanessa Hudgens. The chick whose name we forgot. And
I can't remember her name.
it's Journey, bro. It's Journey. And I'm going to be super mad when it comes to the next one if it goes the way I think it's going to go. I think it's going to be National Treasure versus Journey, which breaks my heart.
I think I go Hellboy. I'm going to be real.
Garrett?
I think I go Hellboy.
I feel like Hellboy had more promise to it.
There's so much more you could go with that. I mean, Journey, you could go a lot more too.
Journey, you can literally go anywhere. The name of the movie is Journey.
Journey,
you can go anywhere.
Journey, but it's just like
they went to the center of the earth.
The Golden Army.
Yeah.
It wasn't quite as good as first, especially the director's
really
cut
good,
of the first one. You know what I mean? But you were still, everyone was expecting, okay, when is Hellboy 3 coming out? And it never came out. Like, we weren't even expecting
Nobody
Journey
makes
2.
movies like Guillermo. Like,
you know what I mean?
It's a certain vibe you
I
get.
expected Journey too.
So I've actually got to go with Hellboy with Hellboy on this one. Again, if we can sit here and discuss the new Hellboy versus the old Hellboy, but
okay, whatever. Move on. I don't want to talk about this anymore. National Treasure beats Short Circuit all day, every day, and National Treasure 3 and a spin-off show are both in the works.
Wait, really?
Yes.
I knew that there was
a spin-off show with the dude from The Hangover is in the works.
Hangover.
He played the.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, he was in The Hangover.
Yeah, and he's the one that gets lost all the time.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. I would go National Treasure.
National
with this
Treasure.
As well. Yeah.
It's definitely National Treasure.
Yeah.
It has. That's not even. The fact that a third one didn't come out just blew my brains in the bits. 1 and 2 are equally as good. There's no
Anchorman versus Ace Ventura. Guys.
You watch 1, you watch 2.
Yeah.
Anchorman versus Ace Ventura.
I hate this.
I'm going Ace.
I'm going Ace.
Really?
Gut feeling is Ace. It is much, and I probably love Anchorman more than I love Ace Ventura.
Wow.
But given that, as funny as I think Ace Ventura 2, I think Ace Ventura 2 is better than Anchorman 2.
I agree.
Wow.
Hands down. And that's the only reason that Ace goes on. Because Anchorman 2 has a few funny scenes, but it pales deeply in comparison to Anchorman.
Okay, but...
And Ace Ventura 2 is, while not as funny as the first one, is still very, very funny.
Jim Carrey has
This is
stated
lovely
though
room
that
of
he
death.
wants to retire though.
I don't care.
Yeah,
Doesn't
but
mean
yeah,
it doesn't
I mean,
deserve
you're not
a
gonna
third.
we could,
recast
yeah, but if
Ace.
Red had gone on,
The
I
name
mean,
of the list is deserves a third. Not
deserves
is
a third
the actor
is
retired.
he can't make a third movie. He can't.
You're right.
You know what I mean? But does it deserve it? Even, okay, it went up against Kill Bill, so it lost. But that's,
Yeah.
it's different. It's Ace. It's already there's it's
It's in the
two.
books.
It's in the books. Now we got Gremlins versus Boondock Saints. I mean,
Boondock Saints.
It's Boondock
It's
Saints.
Boondocks.
It's Boondocks. All right,
And
so listen.
Because I'm a spiteful guy, Kill Bill over Amazing Spider-Man.
Whoa.
Whoa. Really?
No.
Hashtag Kill Kiddo.
No.
I mean, I'm with you, Kill Kiddo. I came up with
I
it,
mean,
but
we've gotten 3 Spider-Man movies after.
yeah, but Andrew Garfield didn't get it.
He got one of them.
He needs another. He needs to finish his storyline. He's not done. He ain't done, and he's the best Spider-Man.
When Stacy's dead.
He's the
Okay,
best
Casey?
Spider-Man.
When Stacy's dead.
It's
Get
up.
over it.
He wins. He wins. He wins.
It's amazing.
National treasure over Hellboy for me.
It's national treasure. It's national treasure over Hellboy. Even I'm with that. Because first off, even Journey. Let's take it hypothetically,
What's
Joe.
BB?
Huh?
What's
Oh
BB?
shit! I meant to do Boondock. Sorry.
I didn't know Blues Brothers.
Oh God, no.
We put on deserves a third.
Oh God, no. I mean, don't get me wrong. Things had originally worked out, but would you have gone National Treasure over Journey?
I don't know which way I would have gone.
Okay, well now
I don't have
we
to.
made it easier for you by choosing Hellboy.
It's true, yeah. Honestly.
Okay, but
Treasure.
it's National Treasure.
So Boondock
Absolutely.
Saints versus Ace Ventura. I'm going Boondock.
Really?
I want to see a Boondock sequel more
I
than
gotta see it. I got if you look at it as the way 2 ended, okay, it ended funny. He's running through, he's running away from the tribes because he hooked up with the princess chick. Okay, you know what I mean. Boondock 2 literally ends with them in prison, looking at everyone like going like this. You know what I mean? Like, how bad could that get?
That could be the Punisher and Kingpin scene from Daredevil season.
Like
2.
the whole movie,
Boondock 3
it's
could be them just assassinating people in prison.
in prison. They could literally just be in prison alone, just murking dudes.
Boondocks.
Boondocks.
All right.
It's Boondocks.
All right.
Spider-Man versus National Treasure. National Treasure, Casey.
Spider-Man all the way.
National Treasure.
It's when you brought up this list to me, the only movie I thought in my head was Amazing Spider-Man 3. It needs to happen. It has to. Twitter agrees.
Yeah, they agree so much that National Treasure is actually getting a third movie. How about Amazing Spider-Man? Where's it? Is that what?
I don't understand why they're talking about Spider-Man 4 above Amazing Spider-Man 3. Like, what the hell?
Oh no, Twitter they've been saying.
Well, I'm not on Twitter. is the
Amazing
thing.
Spider-Man 3 has Andrew, Bring Back Andrew has been a big trending thing. It's crazy.
When
and you know what
Stacy's
though?
dead.
I was ahead of it. I've been saying this since 2014.
When you were 3? So Garrett, where are you
Spider-Man
going?
gets my vote.
Wow.
It's Amazing Spider-Man. It's Amazing Spider-Man, dude.
Boondock Saints is my pick then.
Wow.
Wow, do you hate Casey? What did
Wow.
Casey do to you, dude?
Boondock.
Are you really that mad about Journey that you're?
Yeah.
Think of the money. Think
I
of
don't
the
care. I don't see
storytelling.
anything. If anything,
There's
I
so
lose
much
money.
there. Oh, there's so much. And Andrew is the best actor to play Spider-Man. I feel like he could just kill it.
Wow, you're just this is
Actor.
Tom Holland?
Tom Holland can't. What? Here, listen. I love Tom Holland. I have spite for him, and you know why? Because he's
Is he
dating my
prettier
woman.
than you?
He's dating my woman.
Oh, I love
He's dating my woman.
She's beautiful.
And there was rumors going around that she was pregnant, and it
Dude,
scared me.
Well,
It really scared me. I love Tom Holland, but
start filmmaking quicker, Casey, so she can.
Andrew's my dude. Andrew's my dude. I love Andrew.
I
gotta
have
get
to
Amazing
decide
Spider-Man
this,
3.
don't I?
Yeah.
I have to get Amazing Spider-Man 3. I have to. In the words of Captain America, I don't know what I'm going to do if it doesn't.
We're gonna leave this one up to fate for the first
Oh
time
no!
ever. Okay. Heads. Since it's first, we're gonna go heads.
no.
Boondocks. Tails.
Spidey.
Spidey. You ready?
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Woo! A Bills fan get the coin flip right.
Damn.
Woo!
Damn.
Boondock Saints.
Yes.
Moves on for the win.
What?
We left it up to fate. You can't even be mad at me.
Can't be mad.
I couldn't decide.
Can't be mad.
I flipped the coin.
Damn.
I couldn't decide why, because I feel the same about both. I feel that they both deserve.
Oh, hell, Casey, I'm sorry for your loss.
They
It
both
must feel similar to how it felt when Amazing Spider-Man 2 came out and Gwen Stacy died.
I was gutted.
And I feel like you should be gutted here again. But you know what? Even when you're gutted, you can get awesome vinyl clothing stuff. It's seasonal sports.
Seasonal sports.
Our boy Fred Marriott take care of you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to write Gwen Stacy's name
And
in
Rocking
ink,
Horse Tattoo.
yes, and Rocking Horse Tattoo.
Yeah, or Andrew Garfield thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Hey, it's 2022, buddy. I don't judge.
Hashtag
You do what you gotta
Amazing 3. I mean,
Hashtag
AS3.
People might think that's a weird, like, sexual thing.
Yeah,
I'm into ASM3, guys.
But all right, so check out our next episode. What we're gonna do next?
What was
Do you want to do Deserves a Sequel?
We'll do Deserves a Sequel, and then I believe the week after that we are going to do Movie Villains.
Yeah, and there's more than one deserves
There's
a
more
sequel
than
at
ones
least.
of all these things. Guys.
Okay.
If you
Well,
got
not
a
all.
problem
Well, not
with
all. That's why we did this one first of all the sequels.
If you got a problem, if you want add stuff on, message us, hit us up. We have the Movie Madness Facebook page. If you're into wrestling, the Wrestle Fandom Radio Facebook page. We Instagram at Joey Stones on TikTok. I know I haven't been all that active lately, but I've been getting hammered at work. I haven't had time to make videos. But so that'll be this week's episode. Hit us up, guys. We love you. Maybe. Deuces.